Okay, so, mystery drones, right?
Yeah.
All over the Northeast. It's kind of spooky, isn't it? I mean, we've got news articles, we've got everybody talking about it on social media.
Yeah.
Even the government's getting involved now,
Right.
and nobody seems to know what's going on.
Nope. Not a clue.
So let's dive into this.
All right. Sounds good.
So what do we actually know about these things?
Well, we've got reports, mostly concentrated in a few states: New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, starting I think around the 18th of November.
Okay.
What's really interesting here is these aren't your everyday drones that you see.
Yeah.
People are describing these as much larger, sometimes even flying in like formations.
Wow.
And here's the thing: they've been spotted around some sensitive locations, a military base, President-elect Trump's golf course, even reservoirs.
Oh wow, that's interesting. So we're talking like serious business here.
Yeah, it seems that way.
And I was reading in the register, some people are describing these things as SUV size.
Yeah, SUV sized. Like, not kidding. Not your little toy drone.
Definitely not a toy.
Oh.
And then there was that report from AP News about a Coast Guard lifeboat
Oh, yeah.
being followed by these drones, like followed.
Followed, yeah. And the AP also mentioned that these drones seem to be avoiding detection by helicopters and radio.
Okay, so that suggests some pretty advanced tech,
Right.
like way beyond what you'd find in a hobby shop.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, the obvious question, right?
Yeah.
Is it aliens? Are we talking spies from like another country, or
Right.
maybe just I don't know, some really, really dedicated bird watchers who got like way too into their hobby?
That's what the internet seems to think.
Yeah, of course, the internet's got a theory for everything.
Always.
But what about like official sources? What are the authorities saying about all this?
Yeah, the FBI is investigating, which, isn't surprising. But so far, no concrete answers.
Okay.
DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, is saying basically the same thing. They're watching, but they don't know who's behind it.
Right, and then Pentagon came out and said it's definitely not a foreign adversary, which I guess is supposed to be reassuring.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
But honestly, it just makes the whole thing even weirder. Like, if it's not another country, then who is it? And what are they doing, like, flying around all these important places?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's not just about, like, national security, right?
Right.
Think about the people who actually live in these areas where the drones are showing up.
Yeah.
They're looking up and they see these massive unmarked things just kind of like hovering around.
Yeah.
It's got to be I don't know, kind of creepy, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
it really gets to that feeling of, security and privacy, right?
Right.
We think of the sky as this open space, public space. But then all of a sudden it feels a lot less open,
Yeah, definitely.
a lot less safe. Especially when you think about, what if these things have like cameras on them?
Right.
What if they're like recording everything,
Yeah, what if they're snapping pictures, collecting data?
Okay.
I mean, suddenly, like, taking a walk in the park doesn't seem so relaxing anymore.
Right. And that's what I think a lot of lawmakers are picking up on now, right?
Yeah.
They're feeling the pressure to do something
Right.
to show that they're, taking this seriously. But it's tricky, right?
Yeah, how do you regulate something when you don't even know who's like running it?
Right.
Or what they're trying to do? It's like
But trying to hit a moving target.
yeah, in the dark.
Yeah.
But then again, like, doing nothing doesn't seem like a good option either, right?
Exactly. No, you've got to. I mean, this situation really shows us, we need to be thinking ahead, being proactive with drone regulations.
Mm-hmm.
We need like clear rules, guidelines, that cover both safety and privacy, right?
Yeah.
But also allow for the good uses of drones.
Right, because there are, a lot of good things drones can do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Search and rescue, delivering packages, even, keeping an eye on the environment.
Right.
But this whole situation just, it throws everything off.
It does.
It really does. Makes you wonder, like, how do we encourage all the good stuff,
Right,
while still preventing, the bad stuff from happening?
That's the challenge. I think one thing that could really help is, more transparency from the authorities.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just a lot of, we're looking into it.
Right.
But people need information. You know, they need to feel like the situation is being taken seriously and that they're, being kept in the loop.
Right. They want to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
You know, one thing that really struck me as we were going through all these sources is just the variety of opinions on how to deal with these drones.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you've got some lawmakers saying, shoot them down.
Right.
Figure out what they are later. Others are saying, no, hold on, let's focus on regulations, try and get ahead of this. And then you've got others who are, kind of urging caution, like let's not overreact.
Yeah.
It's a very I don't know, it's a messy situation.
It is.
And I think it reflects this bigger debate we're having as a society about technology.
Absolutely.
And its role in our lives.
I agree. I think this incident is really forcing us to confront, some truths about technology. It's powerful. It's changing all the time. And sometimes, honestly, it feels like it's moving faster than we can control it.
When we were preparing for this deep dive, I was thinking about my own experiences with drones. Like, a few years ago, I was hiking, in a pretty remote area, and all of a sudden I hear this buzzing, and I look up, and there's this little drone just zipping around overhead.
Wow.
And at the time, I didn't really think much of it.
Right.
But now looking back, it feels different.
Yeah.
Kind of I don't know, kind of eerie, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a glimpse of what's to come.
That's a great example of how our view of technology can change so fast.
Right.
Something that seems, totally normal a few years ago, can all of a sudden feel, threatening.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge we're facing right now. We're trying to understand this new reality,
Right.
This world where drones are becoming, more common, more advanced.
Yeah, it's almost like we're living in two worlds at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's the world we're used to where, drones are for hobbies, photographers.
Right.
And then there's this new world, this world that these